Mhm. That was good. Just ask the trainer. The trainer give you all the answers. Dog training is about staying consistent. It's about having the right methods. And like Nike say, just do it. We run into areas that are that seems like they're complicated, but they're not. You just gotta have the right method. So what's up tonight? I know you guys got some questions you want to ask about your dogs and your training, and you're running into some areas that seems to be hard. Just ask the trainer. That's what the night is about. Been outside bird watching. You know, I breed parrots, so I like to watch my birds, watch their behaviors. It's a very fun hobby. Indian ringnecks, Nandi Conyers. What's up, Doug? Go ahead and ask the trainer. So I'll be waiting for these questions if y'all want to ask me some questions. That's what the night is about. The night is about you in areas that you are running into that seems to be complicated. I want to help you. I remember when I first started training dogs, I was like young and I was like, nobody taught me. This was a trial and error thing. And I sat on the ground in the backyard with the dogs a lot and just tried to figure it out until I figured it out. And over time, it became very easy. Guess nobody ain't talking. Doug on here. Doug said, hey, but nobody ain't talking. Come on, just ask the trainer. During a puppy's development, how many months old would you start working on its defense drive? Great, Doug. That's a great question. um, let's go back to what the old trainers would say. You know, you got two type of old trainers. You had these junkyard dog trainers, and you had people that wanted to have a dog that was social and well balanced. And you had guys like myself did it all kind of ways. And in the end, I looked at it like if you train a dog too early in defense drive, you're gonna have a dog that kind of not like what you would call non-trustworthy type dog. He just to bite anybody because when you start so young like that, it's like the foundation of his life. You know, it's you just want to bite, 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 bite. So you get a dog that's just kind of like this too much when it comes to biting. So defense is after 2.5, 3 years old. You can touch on it, you know, just see at about 2 years old. But anything after 2.5 years old would probably be the proper way to do it to get a dog well balanced, where you spend the first 2.5 years, 2.5 to 3.5 years of his life focusing on mastering the obedience training, like your basic, your intermediate, your advanced. And once you have all those things that you want to teach your dog where you can control it, you've also done a little bit of foundation work of protection. And foundation work the imprinting foundation work is really prey drive. Now, you get a lot of trainers that don't want to put prey drive in their dog and doing the basic, just biting the sleeves, showing sleeves, because some guys want their dog to just be this hard killer. So he never really plays prey drive. They just go straight into a defense where they're teasing them at a distance and stuff like that and building them up like that. And you know, you could build a dog up for a long time in defense, teasing him from a distance, getting close, running off, doing this over, you know, months and months and months, and be build him up so high till when you come with a hidden sleeve or hidden equipment and the dog's crazy. Heck, got some dogs don't get a good full bite grip because they're in defense, hair standing up on his back. He feel like he's really in a threatening position, but he's gonna snatch the living lights out of whatever you stick in front of his face. But you know, some people not as fortunate to have good dogs like that. That you know, a good solid way to teach the grips and to get good focus and controlling obedience wise within your protection training. You might want to just wait till that dog is about 3 years old. After you got all the training, the obedience training in the dog, all the way up to advanced, and you've done some prey work with the dog with bite sleeves, and you developed him, and then he gets to he's an adult dog, and he's mentally mature. You know, he thinks he's a man, or she thinks she's a full-grown woman. You can introduce a little pain, which is, you know, and teasing at nighttime is going to be your defense. So my answer would solely be, if I was going to get a balanced dog, I would do it that way. You know, I can do it that way. I'm fortunate enough to, I've bred civil drive into my dogs, where you see it looks pretty dangerous. You know, they look pretty scary at a very young age. I tap into it. You know, I can tap into it 10 months old. You know, I start doing distant teasing, cracking the whip, blah, blah, blah. But you got to remember, I'm not using the whip doing prey drive training. You know, I'm not really shaking the can with pennies and in prey drive training where they think that this is a prey game, so you could do it that way. I mean, you got these old junkyard trainers. They don't do that. They just wait. And sometimes they don't even wait till you get older, but about a year, 10 months on up, they just put the paint on. They come late at night, kick the gate, flank them, all kind of stuff. It's all kind of ways to get the same kind of result, you know. I hope that answers your question. I appreciate you answering, being the first to answer, being the first to ask a question here. Your value Patreon supporter of my cause, my channel. Always have. I appreciate that. You and your partner, NWA Carney Corso. Y'all go over to that channel with Doug and Joe Church and support their channel. They always seem to surpass when it's about having different trainers with different point of views and different breeds. And I've had the opportunity to be on there recently and maybe once or twice in the past, maybe last year sometimes. So y'all go over there to NWA and Connie Corsos and check out some of the information. He's been throwing some highlights of information in our last interview. You out there trying to train your dog? Let me get my beard right for video land. My beard right on video land. The Billy Coat look. Yeah. Just ask the trainer, man. You want to know something? You ain't got to sit over there and try to figure out tonight. Get some free information, man. Y'all get it for free. You ain't got to pay me. Come on. I'm going to eat a cupcake. Look, got to eat some fried chicken. I had fried chicken, cabbage with sausage in it. You have a question? Just ask the trainer. Oh, I got two good cupcakes. Chocolate with strawberry on it. And vanilla berry. That's vanilla with strawberry on it. I love cake, man. We eat some cake while y'all ask me some questions. I got all these people over here watching my channel and nobody asks me no questions. Come on. Ask the trainer. Ask the trainer. Trainer gonna give you the answer. I know you guys are out here training dogs. You have adult dogs and your puppies. You're trying to develop them and run into areas where it seems to be frustrating because you can't get the result, the response that you're looking to get. And it's something simple. Just ask the trainer. Doug says, what does civil aggression develop in a pup? I know your family of dogs show it early, but what is the advantage? What is about the average working dog? Well, I wouldn't be, I don't think I'm knowledgeable to say what the average working dog has civil drive in them. But I can say that nobody's breeding that in their dogs except the KNPV type people, police work, who are trying to breed dogs as an effective tool towards fighting crime, and their life is on the line. Some of these military units, they're breeding civil drive in their dogs. And even when I watch some of their videos, I don't really, can't say they don't have it, but it's a lot of PR going on these days. People want those public relation dogs. You know, the kind of dogs that they're non-reactive to movement of people, or don't threat as much as dogs that are more aloof, or and has had a lot of civil training. But let me tell you what it does, in the development of a pup. Like, okay, say you and I was breeding dogs, and we both have the intent on using our dogs to protect our property and any other thing, our personal body and our property. And say you don't breed Silver Drive, so you're not breeding a dog that has that aggression. You're breeding show dogs, basically. You're breeding dogs that are purebred and they don't possess the aloofness and the Silver Drive. The Silver Drive is hardness. It's like you could take a puppy, and remember I said dudes flanking dogs that's pulling the thigh, slapping the nose or doing something to it. The dog don't respond. It cower out. Whimpers. Whine. You got to do too much to him that could almost ruin him. You do that too much and he falls to the ground and pee because the show dog has got the devotion in him to just be loyal and social to humans, period. Not just his owner or owners or the pack that he's living with. He's just about that way with all humans. And you don't see much of it in him. And you probably don't have, a lot of people don't want to breed animal aggression in their dog. It's in dogs too, It's in the pit bulls. That's why they want to kill other quarry, So they breed out the Silver Drive. Now you got to put too much pain, almost like you abusing him. He went on the gate, you're hitting him with the whip 4 or 5 times, blah, blah, blah. He'd rather holler and scream. Now, a dog that you breed that in, when you developing a puppy and you playing prey drive games, you might hear a little growling like my dog's. You challenging him, you're tugging, he's pulling. You might hit him. He's shake. Oh man, he on the arm. You hit him. He's shaking. He can take his tolerance for pain. It's pretty high. His tolerance for pain, and we're talking about a puppy, because you do that to an average puppy. In the development process of your protection work, he's gonna let loose. And he might not bite the sleeve no more. He might think the sleeve was a no-no, like you weren't supposed to be doing that. This make good dog training too. Without this, you can't really train a dog. I'm telling you, man. It's almost like the tools, like the collar and the leash. That's like the bowl and the water and the kibble. I swear. This is like the decoy, the bite sleeve, and the screaming and hollering on the ground. Man. This is like the coat pattern on a muscular, well-built, disciplined canine. Yes, sir. This is like the gravy on the gravy train. So, like I was saying, Mr. Doug, it's like you put the pain tolerance. You're like, you ever seen two fighting dogs fight? You probably never seen them fight. But you've probably seen some of the YouTube videos and you see people hitting a dog. He got a little dog, he's shaking him, and nothing they can do to get him off. Well, if you got that silver drive in your puppy, and he biting that sleeve, and he don't really know you and think you a threat, because his master telling him to get you, then that's the same thing. It make him want to stay there. You kind of say, you want to stay there. Red boy Eli, bullet son, a little cheat. Sometimes some paladin, some Jocko. You gotta have that too. And you better have some Bolio. This is the gameness in a game dog. I swear. You can't train a dog if you have this. If you don't have this. So let's just say this. Because remember I said I can't say what the average is because I'm not testing everybody's dog in the world. And that wouldn't be fair for me to say that. And y'all take my word as the Holy Grail. But, man, let me answer this question and I'm going to answer that. Most dogs you buy don't have no silver aggression in them. So let's say if he don't come from that kind of program, the NVBK or the KNPV lines, and I'm sure them boys who partake in the protection sports discipline, they like silver aggression, so they looking for it in other dogs and dogs that's been through those programs. They're gonna get ran off when them boys hit them with them plastic bats and spray them with water and sling them in them cages with all that noise and stuff to spook them. Dog with silver aggression, he hard. So a dog with silver aggression is like, silver is like gameness. So silver is like gameness. And with a high pain threshold. And to make him want to stand there and get you. Make him want to fight a man. The way a dog want to fight another, the way a pit bull want to fight another, a game-bred pit bull want to fight another dog. Well, the silver aggression is like the gameness to make these working dogs want to fight a man. Basically the police, military type dogs. That's how come they can send them in them buildings and the guy on PCP, on drugs, he high, and he fighting that dog and that dog don't run. And if you think I'm kidding, go somewhere where they just training dogs, a group of people. And you know all these people ain't gonna spend the money and buy no dog from somebody like me or somebody from the KNPV or import one from those kind of lines. The hard ones. They ain't gonna do that. And you're gonna see a lot of dogs, they being real soft with them and they running off and they don't wanna do certain training with them because they know the dog can't take it. My little puppy, slam them on the ground, whatever, they don't react to it. Not Paladin. I ain't too fond of them long teeth, big long teeth, short, hard biting curs. But every now and then you better be careful because them paladin dogs, they're gonna come out of you. You don't heard the guys out of Carolina. Man, them guys in Carolina know about Red Boy. Red Boy come from out of Carolina. That's their thing. Most of them people that knew about Paladin, that's them New Yorkers, New York boys. Paladin, Lil Jeep, that Honey Bunch bow, Otis and Honey Bunch crosses. That's what they like. Dogs scatterbred today. So, you know, you can't even call them dogs a Red Boy dog or a Jeep dog. You know, Red Boy and them, you know, Jocko wasn't bred but to a handful of dogs anyway. And then the dude who bought him, he was from the LBG community, and they called him out one night at a fight. And he went to his truck and got his shotgun. He came back and he blowed the dude's head away and went home. So, you know, they seized all the dogs and they took Jocko. So that's why you see them on them crosses that you see with them, because that's what happened to Jocko. Now you got stuff that people don't fade away with time, like the LG, the Banjo Bingo, Miss BB Red. You don't hear that much about Turtle Buster and Turtle, him, and then Champion Turtle, which was Rebel Kennel's Champion Turtle, which was the oldest Honey Bunch cross. More so, you don't hear that much about them because Rebel Kennel's Ricky Jones had that and he went to federal prison. But I know about all kind of dogs, man. Dogs in my life. Just ask the dog man. We got Yeah Man. Yeah Man. We got Yeah Man in the house. Peace and blessings to the OG. Saying to you. Yeah, dogs are definitely scatterbred. I had those same conversations. They're not Red Boy dogs. No. Turtle Busters. Well, I don't know no people in Florida had Turtle Busters that much. Maybe in Orlando, I had back in the day, a few people claimed to have them, but ain't that many people had them. They slow like a Dabo dog. It take forever to show any improvements in what you looking to see. They slow dogs. I'm from Florida, of course. And so if you want to know what we love in Florida, ask the dog man. Don't talk about what they told you, man. Man, I've been in them dogs a long time. Let me check. I've been in the dogs. I've been in the dogs a long time, man. Like Chicken George, I had the dogs the best all over the world. But down in Florida, man, you don't have no good dog if you don't have boils. Boys are a Red Boy Jeep dog cross with a little Hank Grand Champion Hank. It's a 3-ray cross, man, but it really have bully son. In Bolio, them dogs there, man, scratch all day long. Come out gassing. Come out punching until them gas out, man. They hang in the tree, man. They chase them down. They do anything you want them to do, man. Blue eye here, blue eye there, white eye there. Yeah, you heard what he said. Boils. Ronald Boils. The baddest dogs ever. That's what's down here in Florida. But you got everything down here now. Ain't nothing pure. It's all scattered bread. That's why you come to me and I stick with the Dutches and I keep them nice and tight. I didn't know if any good Paladin dogs around my area after Mr. Parker got busted. I know there's so much champion Tyrone dogs. Man, listen, to me, let's just be straight up. Palatine dogs, pureness, faded in 1990s, the end of the 1990s. The best of that stuff that I liked a lot was the Big John stuff. Big John coming in and they crossed it to some of that Havana Boys. Havana Boys, what the dog name? God, dog. They started crossing to the little Havana Boys stuff, man. I don't know about them dogs no more. My man been fried 25 years ago on them dogs there. Carl Huntley. I had a Zeus off of Voodoo. Oh. You had, oh no, Zeusa off of Voodoo. Yeah, how you know about Voodoo, man? What you know about Voodoo? You talking about champion Voodoo, right? What you know about Voodoo, Carl? Voodoo I bred Voodoo, champion Voodoo. I bred a lot of champion dogs that were in American Pit Bull Terriers. Oh, you got it from me? Let me see. So you must be friends with, if you bought him from me, that was in the 90s. I remember a guy came with the guy. I know we pretty good friends. We talk sometimes. DC. DC. Dark Fall, not Dark Fall. What was your kennel name? I remember. I know the kennel name. God dang. You know, maybe have a brain freeze. Ask me about some 30-year-old stuff. God, I know the kennel name. The Crossroads, man. Yeah, man. You're right. Yeah. Zeus was a double. He was double Voodoo and quarter Yellow John. Voodoo. Well, the one you got from me, Zeus was, but Voodoo was Neros and champion Neros and Madonna off of Grand Champion Handicap. Bred the Red Gold. That's my Madonna dog, and that was many moons ago. Yeah, your buddy, I remember him a lot because we always talk Dante. That was his name. Yeah, man, I remember your working dogs. You YouTube from 15 years ago and more, man. Yep. You got a shepherd too from me? You know what? I did give y'all boys a Dutch shepherd. Might have been my dog. Yeah, you came back some years later and I gave you a dog off Mary. Yeah, that was, you know what? That was my dog Kodak's little mate sister that I gave you. How is that dog doing? I gave y'all a dog, one of my Kodak, that was Kodak little mate sister. That was about 7, 8 years ago. You came up here, I believe. Benedict Cunningham. What's up, dude? What up? What up, Benedict? Ask the dog man. You can ask the dog man. Hey, remember I was telling y'all earlier about NWA Connie Corsos? An all dog breed podcast? Well, that guy is on here. That's that Joe Church. And he has a very good show, very informative. He brings different dog trainers with different point of views. Dog training is like karate, so you can't say somebody's right and somebody's wrong. It's just their way of doing it. And if they got success out of it, and continue to get success, it's not it's you can say it's worth trying if it gets the good ending result. So that guy there is on the channel. You can click on his name, subscribe to his channel, and stay tuned with all the information. We recently did a show that he's going to air soon about the importance of keeping your breeding program right and the difference in, importing dogs versus American dogs. Having, buying dogs here in America versus buying dogs from, importing them from other countries. Is it worth doing? And we talked about the pros and cons of that and how there are good dogs right here in America. And if you want to hear more of that Our Breed podcast show, you're going to have to go over to the NWA Carne Corso channel and subscribe now. I would recommend whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're waiting for me to say, just stop. Click on his channel, go over there now, subscribe. Carl Huntley. So you named your dog Mary. How, is she still living, Carl? That was Kodak's sister. You still got it? Yeah, man. How important is it to get a good walk and heel? Well, yeah, man. Let me say this to you. If you and your dog is not partaking in any sports venue where focus heel, the dog looking up at you, focus, you use the toy sometime, hold it up under your arm, putting him in position, making sure he's in the right position at your leg, not too far back, not too far up. If that's not important, because sports venues grade you on position as well as how happy the dog looks and enthusiastic as the dog looks while doing the work, they grade you on in those areas. And that high drive heel, a dog only focus so long, a couple of minutes. I don't want to walk down the street. I go walking with my dogs 5 miles in the woods, and we do all kind of things. And I don't see a need for my dog to be in no high drive heel while we walk through a crowd. Show offs may like that. Show offs may love that. They want to make it look like they dog so focusing to them because they learned to focus heel. So that's important to whoever feels it's important to them. But it's not important to me. I just want my dog to come and walk on my side and don't go too far up like that. You never have to worry about him being behind you too much unless you got a fearful dog that's afraid of people and things and it's really trying to hide behind you and looking to you for comfort. So most likely, the only area that you're going to run into trouble is the position of the knee and not taking his butt at your knee, and he's slowly moving forward. And so to get that dog back in position, you're going to have to put a harness on his back and a pinch collar on his neck. And somebody walking behind you at a distance, they're pulling back and you pull him over with the pinch collar closer. Or you could tie a string around your leg, a little string, or a little tiny lead that's got a little string on it, a little thin line or whatever. Tie it around your leg and put it on a pinch collar on his neck, and you don't need the person behind you with the holding the lead with the harness on. You can run a little bit, jog, and then stop and just wait. Or you could sit back with me and jerk back, and the dog stop. Then you say, okay, and you walk forward. And if you go forward too far, jerk back. Or you can also use that and or e-collar. And when the dog starts to go past you a little bit, you start turn. You got to get a good e-collar, the kind that has the dial on it, the rotary dial with compulse, with pulse and continuance. And you can turn the dial up a little bit. And he started to feel that early, and you slow back, bring it back. With me. A heel. You get your command word to keep him on my side. That's what I say, with me. That's what I use. So I said, with me, that's my trigger word. He knows it's going too far and it's coming. He got to beat the dial. So there's many different ways you could do this. So it's not important to me for the heel is a heel. So a heel is important, but to have a focus heel is not important to me because I'm not partaking in sports. And no police officer and no military guy needs no goddamn focus heel, because he needs to be healing on my side, just watching everything around me and making sure everybody's cool and staying cool. I'm even focused up, looking up under my arm, like he waiting for a toy to drop out his neck, up out of my armpits. So just focus on keeping the dog on your side and coming to you when you call, come to me when I call, and just walk with me, and then release the dog. And you can play release games. He walks with you on the hill, he stays there, good boy, free. And practice that. And I'll tell you another secret, which I'll tell you why my heels look so good on video. I do all of those, everything above that I told you. I practice every method, just whatever it takes for the dog to get the light bulb effect. But walking your dog through the downtown, 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles, he's gonna master the heel in a week, less than a week, because he realized he's just walking with you and he shouldn't pull forward. And you could take that pinch collar off. And another thing you can use, if you don't want to use a pinch collar, and sometimes we don't want to buy them, I use all kind of tools. I like to buy the little harness. I used to have them around here that you put around a holster that goes around the mouth like they use on horses. And if you lead the head, the body will follow. So that holster harness hooks around the mouth. Dogs don't like it. They try to shake out of it, but oh well. I stop them, shake them up a little bit. And it's got a little string that comes on the side or the mouth or somewhere. And if he try to go any direction, you just pull and turn. It's like, oh, you'll see him doing all like that. And that, I think they was calling one of them the perfect heel. So yeah, it works pretty good. To me, it works dang good. Yeah, again, if some of you people that are just coming to the channel, the night is about Ask the Dog Trainer. You want to know, just ask the dog trainer. And if you've just come into the show and you missed what I said earlier, there's a guy on this podcast, there's two guys, they're partners. The one guy, Doug, and the other guy, which is Mr. Church, which is NWA. Like NWA. Connie Corsos. An all-dog breed podcast that features dog trainers from all over the world with experience in training multiple breeds, breeding, raising, showing, from show dogs to working dogs, to non-sporting dogs, terriers, non-sporting dogs. Just about anything you want to talk about and know about when it comes to our four-legged furry pet friends is on that channel. Do yourself some justice. Subscribe to his channel now. Go there, click over. Just take 2 seconds. You can come back, subscribe, and then come on back over here. I'm giving you the open window to a new portal of enlightenment with Mr. Church and Doug over there at NWA Concorsos and all dog breed podcast. You're in Dobermans? They might have a Doberman guy over there tomorrow. Might have done several shows. You can go into his archive. Just go through it. Listen to old great masters from the past and present. Have some guys over there that are loved by many. One that has recently passed away. He gave a lot of his information, his secrets, before he passed away on that podcast. Yeah, man. And I never was able to develop it tightly or at all, really. I promise you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I promise you. If you take your dog with one of those Perfect Heel holsters that you put around the mouth, you get it from PetSmart, or a small pinch collar, not a big one. I don't care how big your dog is, that little tiny one. It's going to have to add some links because you would think it was for a Yorkie or whatever. That's going to give you power steering. Tight on the neck, right here on the side. You put that lead on the side, put a rope around your leg, tie it around your leg, and put it on him and give him about that much space so it can have a little bit of play so you don't hurt him. And walk 2 miles. Get some exercise in, you and the dog. Don't sick the dog on nothing. Don't look to be cool and having pulling you all that. And we start off making our dogs pull us, doing all these things, and that's what get him out of pocket from day one. Start doing exactly what you want the dog to do, and the dog will know what's expected of him from day one. And you don't run into these hardships down the road because we didn't do it. And that high drive that they're looking for, you need a guy behind you with a harness on the dog in a long line, staying at a long distance, not being in his butt right behind him, but a long distance. You got a collar on his neck, and you walking, and he pulls the dog back. You pull the dog over if he go too far. Good boy. And keep putting him in position. After a while, you get this little tuck toy, and let him see it and put it up here. He's going to try to jump up, and the person with the harness is going to pull him back. And you're going to pull him sideways down. You know what I'm saying? You're going to put him in position. You can develop that. It's easy. It's very easy. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, you say she's good? Well, Jesus Christ. They used to say no when a woman is married, the father says the man take her off. He never heard from her again in tribes. The African tribe would say, no news is good news, but not to me. I like to see some pictures one day. No, if I'm not mistaken, you guys stayed past Tallahassee or up in that area. Be nice for you guys one day to bring her back down here and breed. Get a nice little litter off of Kodak's sister. Oh man, Doug, no problem, man. You always sending me cash apps, doing stuff for me when nobody else does. You've done it throughout the years. I can't help but support your business. What kind of person would I be receiving all that kind of support from you and not doing all I can to just broadcast your venture, you and your guys' venture, and that's what it's all about, supporting each other, networking. I can't make all the money. There's too much money in the world out here. Yeah, I mean, how can I help imprint a good heel in motion? Well, like I say, it's you got either a regular heel or you got a high drive heel. The high drive heel is mainly used in sports, and that's the tug. Dog see the tug toy up under your arm, and you walking. He gonna try to get success, and the guy pull him back. You know what I'm saying? You walk 2 feet, he looks, you open your arm, let the tug toy, good girl. So when you keep practicing that with the little tug toy, or you hold it right here, right, kind of like right here, wiggle it, let him see it. Don't not too much drive. Person got that harness in the long line back there, they pull it back, and he's steady pulling on the side. You got a leash on the neck to keep him in position so he don't run around you go any kind of way. And when he looks up at you, as you go 2, 3 more feet, one more to look at it, woo, heel, yeah. You know, you drop it. And it'll work. It take time. Dog training is patience. And eventually you will achieve the ultimate goal. Oh, Doug said we dropped yesterday. So maybe y'all dropped the video. Y'all better go over there and see it, man. Some real action going over there. They have the Grand Master on the show talking about dogs in the USA, you know, buying a dog in USA, or is it better to import a dog and buy one from over there? And I just gave my personal opinion from the information and from the network I have capabilities of being provided when it comes to getting good dogs. You know, I know so many people with good dogs here, so, and I know good people over there with good dogs, but you know, I just gave them my point of view from the way I see it. I'm not going to tell you guys. Appreciate you, Doug. I'm not going to tell you guys what I talked about. If you want to know more about dogs, if you want to hear masters, dog training masters, novices, beginners, just people with experience that or just love dogs and being exposed to, you better go over there and get that answer. Let me see something. And then we said, ooh, a really good discussion. I appreciate that. I liked it too. Hey, Doug, I saw myself on YouTube, them little, what they call the little short videos. I saw myself, I'm like my own groupie. I was in the bathroom, sitting in the toilet, and I'm watching the video over and over again. I watched it about 30 times. I remember I was in the office and I saw the second one, and my girl was in the kitchen cooking food. And I go in there, I got it all loud. I got Bluetooth through the house in the kitchen and all that in the speakers. And I was just playing that like I'm washing dishes and stuff. I'm like, oh, baby, you know I was on this big podcast show a couple of weeks ago. They dropping little snippets. She said, yeah, I hear it. She knew my voice. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know you heard it. I know you heard me on the radio. True. I know you see me on your TV, though. Yo, but you still don't pay me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. Yeah. I saw myself on those snivelets. Boy, I was like my own little groupie. Johnny 5 LBC 1213. Let's do that again. Johnny 5 LBC 213. Oh man, I appreciate you, Johnny. So did you go over there and get the information over here, or you came over here? It's information over here. We got information. The brothers and dogs now, man. We networking. We get on the phone, we talk about dogs, and we get out here and share this information with y'all. Y'all gotta go support that channel, my channel. Just like Mr. Doug, he just sent a cash out. You guys can support my channel too. Always, I need you. Y'all think this is what I do for a living, dogs. Waiting for one of y'all guys to believe in me and come buy a dog or buy a bike sleeve or a tug toy or a Senate ball, something. That's all I got. I ain't got nothing else going on in life but the dog. So, you know, anytime somebody support my channel, man, It make it be like this made life worth living. Just like when I seen that chime go across my phone just now, Mr. Doug sent me a donation. Man, that made me feel like sitting here talking to y'all was he paid for y'all to get this information. Matter of fact, he paid plenty of days for all y'all to get this information. Hell, I get on there for him. It's for him, but it's for y'all, but it's for y'all from him. It's a blessing. So y'all better go over there. Athletic Made Bullies. Athletic Made Bullies. Yeah, well, they do look athletic, man. They do look like little athletes. But we gotta put some work in them or something. Cause you know they can't do much. Is it hard to make a man stopper? Well, wait a minute now. It ain't hard to make a man stopper if you got a dog. We talked about this earlier. Mr. Doug was the first person to ask a question. If you go back up there or you rewind this video, Doug said, what is the importance? He asked the jewel. I dropped the jewel. He asked a very important question. He asked what was the importance of having silver drives in a dog for imprinting. And the way he asked that question, he mainly was asking, what is the importance of having a dog, a puppy with silver drive in it? What is it going to do in any difference from a puppy that don't have silver drive? And when it comes to the training and putting the pressure down on these dogs and having that high threshold for tolerance for pain and being rough with the dog and doing stuff to him that could be stressful and run off most dogs, make them let loose and get discouraged and cower, you're going to need that. You're going to need that. Now, Mr. Athletic Made Bullies are, I want to say, a cheap version, Chinese-made version of a pit bull, but not really a game bit pit bull, but it looked like he could be game. He's scary. You make you think bad. But you can't make a hard man. You can't make a man stop a period if that dog don't have that silver drive in his genetics. When I say you can't make one, what I'm saying is he's not going to be a dog that'll deliver, surpass in every test. Somebody jump out the car and try to spook him, or you tell your friend to hide behind a tree in the woods at nighttime, and you walking in the woods 200 feet, 100 feet, the dude ain't moving, all of a sudden you get to a spot, dude, whoa, boogie, 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 whoa, boogie, boogie. He jump out the bush, that dog boogie tail. You ever heard what they say, the phrase, hightailing it. When the phrase hightailing it comes from a man came outside to run a dog off for killing his chickens, I'm assuming, and he was running down the street and his tail was whipping and hightailing it. Well, Athletic Made Bullies, is it hard to make a man stop? It's not if you got the right dog from the right genetics. It is easy. You ain't got to do nothing. But if you buy a dog from a bloodline and people that are not developing their dogs and making selective breeding and breeding the right dogs, then you're going to be out there and talking about you waiting for it and it's going to come out. Oh, he going to grow up. That's a lie. It is what it is. If my cousin is your girlfriend and I told you she ain't no good, you can't make her a housewife, she wild. She that's what she is. You ain't nothing you can do, but you can try to excite her, give her some money, and she gonna like the money. She gonna act right as long as the money coming for a little while. But when you turn your back, she gonna be who she is. She is what she is. If somebody, Maya Angelou said, if somebody show you who they are, believe it. When somebody show you who they is, believe it. You understand what I'm saying? So when you got a little puppy and he's showing bad signs, she's showing bad signs, 5 months old, you standing there. Oh, here you are. You proud. You standing in front of the yard, got it tied on the fence. You washing the car. She all right. And then the mailman come up, open the door, jump out the truck, and all of a sudden, she about to run, break her neck. She jerking, trying to get away. Come on, bro. Oh no, she ain't got to get used to that, but she don't supposed to run. At least stand there and hold your tail up, kind of stand your ground a little bit. You can back up once or two, but then he back up, you go forward and all that. But not break your neck to get away. That's a bad sign. Or stand there and a dog start barking at her. All of a sudden, you and her, she's standing there with 2 or 3 dogs, and one dog bark at somebody, and she break her neck to run. No, no, no. That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. So it is what it is. I've never heard of this method, but it sounds effective. Nabante Anderson. Yo, 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 I am doing fine. Thanks for asking, my brother. How about yourself? Nabante I think he got two. No, he got one dog. He got a dog from me, and he lives up north, Midwest. So you guys look forward to a guy like that with a very good dog to produce something later on in life for those that are in the area near what that is, where the little girl in Kansas. I believe that was there where Dorothy was from, Kansas, somewhere up in there. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, you from Louisiana, ain't you? Using that Maine. You from Louisiana, ain't you? Ain't you? This is some good real game. We got game. Alfonso Prince. He retracted his message, but maybe he's here. He said, I think a lot of us are confused. Sports work with practical work for family life. Well, you remember I was saying earlier that even if you went over there to that channel, that there are many masters, novices, beginners, etc., giving you their methods that's been successful for them, sharing the knowledge of their experiences, the good and bad, and giving you their truth. And so there's so many ways, to train a dog, but you got to look at when you training a dog, when you buy a dog, you got to say to yourself, I can only develop my training program by knowing where I'm finna take my dog, what I'm finna do with this dog. Am I gonna train this dog in KNPV? Well, then I need to be training like a police style, military style. My dog need to know the fundamentals of swimming in the water, bringing stuff back, standing down, protecting this stuff, biting somebody on a bicycle, jumping in a truck, getting somebody, chasing a man down, chase a man, and I stop him in the middle of the chase and call him back, run up to a man, bark and guard. So I know I'm training the style of police work. If I'm going in KMP, if I'm going in Mondo Ring, I need still some extensive training, but now this is all about points. And it's about position. And it's the courage and all this stuff looks the same as the style of KNPV, as well as, it could look like Shih Tzu or French Ring, but it's not. Each one of them a little bit different. You know that Shih Tzu was a program for the German Shepherds, but people who breed other dogs partake in those disciplines. And Shih Tzu is mainly footstep tracking and not area searching, but you do footstep tracking in other games, but not much in Mondo Ring. I don't see them doing that. They mainly, they might be out there searching. I can't remember, but the style is the methods and the style is different. These dogs are tracking slow. They're tracking footstep, precise, finding articles, drop, heel, pick it up, mark it, letting people know, blah blah blah, and they slow tracking. Police tracking, we're tracking through drive. Time is of essence to find somebody who just robbed the store, a little kid missing, raped somebody, blah blah blah, and he running this way. So we're running, we're dredging, trailing, tracking through drive, and that's a different style. So you got to know what discipline. Okay, well, I want a personal protection dog for myself, or I'm personal protection training for the sports venue personal protection, which is close niche to still a regular protection dog, so it ain't as hard. Far as me, gotta work so hard to get the points and the style of training, so I can be a little bit more rugged. Getting a junkyard dog could take a little pain, 2 or 3 attackers, throwing this on him, throwing chairs on him, making him dive through the water, jumping across cans, guy running around garbage cans, he got to run, almost like Mondo Ring running around biting the guy, but Mondo Ring, he never bites the arm, he always biting the legs and fast movement and all that stuff, and the horns, and all this other stuff. So you got to know where you're taking the dog. Then that determines how you create your program and the styles that you're going to train. And I would suggest that if I'm going to go into Mondo Ring, then I need to be around Mondo Ring guys and people who've already done it, and let them show me the methods and the steps of developing it, the stages that I need to. And if I'm going to go in Shitson, I want to go hang with Shitson guys. Well, if I'm going to do French ring, I need to get with guys who are doing French ring training. If I'm going to do protection dog sports, I want to get with these boys that do protection dog sports. A lot of people up around in Tennessee area, and they're doing that kind of stuff. In Atlanta, if I'm going to do, if I'm going to just train this dog myself and still have that look of some of those things, then I'm going to combine all of these methods they use and styles in my training. And it's just, I like the way my dog, I like the way that look. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use this, because this is what I'm going to do with my dog. So you can't create a program with your dog until you make your mind up what you're going to do with the dog before you get him, so you can already be practicing and start the rules and the boundaries from day one. You know how to contain your dog, house your dog. When you take him out, you know how you're going to develop him and stuff you're not going to allow him to do, because most sports dogs, they only keep him in the kennel, and they don't want him to create this pet feel, because we want the dog, when he get out working and just doing what he doing, what he does on the field, instead of just develop this old hang around the yard, lay in the backyard, he free, run around barking at the kids, barking at the mailman, eating up stuff and digging holes and just laying around. That don't make a good dog for that right there. Once the dog retired, these guys let the dog live a regular life. If you're gonna make this your personal home security dog, I want to raise my dog in the house, let him learn his boundaries, stays in the kennel, and he come out the kennel until he starts to earn his freedom, because he's learned his boundaries over time. And I also want to be able to access him when somebody come over or whatever, or when things happen, I want to be able to get to him. So, I want to know my program basically, and you guys got to learn your program. Nathaniel Swangton. How big do your males run? Well, I'm not breeding dogs to a specific standard like show dogs, because I cross different dogs into my line that I like, maybe a Malinois into a Dutch Shepherd. And before that, previous years, I was crossing, German Shepherds and Pit Bulls, and there's all kind of dogs in our lines in the KMPV. So I got some dogs, 85 90 pounds, you know, and if I breed a certain way of smaller dogs, I get some dogs that are a little smaller in their 60s, 68, 69, you know, but still look big boned and looking good. And if you want them heavier, you feed a dog raw and kibble too, and eggs, and you're working him and he get bigger and bigger, and you do this all his life, and you keep him wormed out and putting him on vitamins and dying and all of these fatty acids and stuff while you're building him up so he can be even bigger. But I'm producing on the norm dogs that are 85 up to 90. I don't want a 100-pound dog. And, you know, although I'm getting good deterrent type dogs out of Kodak, Kodak produces bigger dogs than his grandfather and his sire, Otis and Quattro and all of them, because you need dogs that the police and military guys want to buy, that they can put on their back and jump out of the helicopters, and dogs that can go on the conveyor belt in the airport cockpit, go up on the cars and check for explosives, accelerants, etc., and also narcotics that could be smuggled in from the borders that are harmful to us here, right here in the homeland. So you want to produce dogs. If you're going to produce police dogs and military dogs, you want dogs that are medium size and kind of light, you know, but still pack a punch and a power and their drive and their determination and their will. And definitely your dynamite come in small packages. Okay, so I hope that answered your question, Mr. Nathaniel. Doug said we dropped an interview with the Grandmaster yesterday on import versus domestic. You guys go over there to NWA. We've been talking about it all night long. That channel's an all dog breed podcast show. And I came over there and I dropped some stuff. Sherman Brown, I'm here to listen. God dang, Sherman. You a little too late for coming over here to listen, because we finna get out. We've been over here 72 minutes and 7 seconds so far. You're late. You're late to class, you're late to everything, but I bet you're not late to that plate. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, Sherman. You should have came in here earlier, but you know what? The Grandmaster been coming back to his lives a lot. I've been doing more lives than dropping videos, because I realized, I could be wrong for saying this, but people don't care about dog training information anymore. I mean, the young generation is the new wave, and the new generation, the younger generation, just want shorts. They really don't want to learn. You get guys like yourself who are getting serious and got a dog, and now you want to have that dog look like that. And so you guys are still looking for the detailed tutorials. But truthfully, the new generation, I'm talking about those under 26 years old, don't want that. They have an attention deficit. They can't. Look, I was told by one of my other supporters who's young, he said my videos are boring. If he didn't know me personally and didn't admire me, he wouldn't even watch my dog videos. And he said he would rather watch shorts. So, you know, I don't want to waste a lot of time making those videos and putting a lot of time into it all the time. I'd rather do some little funny videos and some little quick stuff, and then y'all come back, because I got the information, been there for 20 some years. That's 2 decades of dropping information since 2006 or something like that, or 5 or earlier. Been on YouTube when YouTube first came out, before everybody was on it. So Sherman Brown, I appreciate you guys. Marcellus Gales said, Vanguard, glad to be a part of your live. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're a part of it. And I appreciate all you people that came in tonight. I try to do what I can. So I appreciate you for me saying that I do, for all that I do. I appreciate you giving me roses while I'm living, because they say, well, let me put that song up. Let me tell you what the old saying is. What about YouTube? I'm supposed to be on time. I'm supposed to have it queued up. I'm supposed to have it queued up. You know what the old saying said? From papers and pool ties. Da-da-da-da-da. What they say, what they say, what they say.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me.
Alright, man.
They table for me.
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah. Nobody tell him kill you, man. You're not gonna miss the Grandmaster. Tell him sleep in the casket. You tell him, man, kill me, man. You guys want to come see me down here at Vanguardian. Yeah. Woo, woo. So, like I said, y'all come over here. Y'all look forward to my lives. I appreciate y'all supporting my channel. Appreciate Mr. Doug for the donation. The rest of you guys, my cash app, yeah, man, yeah, man. Let me show you the cash app, man. It's a $ULYSEE MUFFJR ULYSEE Ulysses Muff Jr. That's my cash app. If you want to Zelle me Apple Pay, it's 904-450-3339. Let me give you guys a chance to get a pen. Pull out your phones. Open it up. I appreciate it. No donation is too small. No donation is too big. I need people to buy dog equipment. We got dog sleeves, tug toys, bite ball. We got a special. $135. Get you a bite sleeve for your next bite training experience. One nice, soft, super soft for your puppies can bite it and your grown dogs and protect the decoy. Scented balls. You can hide your little narcotics or explosives, your odors inside. Teach your dog to play fetch, and at the same time, you're imprinting the dog's mind for the odor. You can stick a dollar bill in there. Next time, play that ball game with your dog for a month, 2 months. Your dog will start bringing back money when he find it out there on the street, or human scent and all. The tuck toys, you can use a reward for when the dog do something good. You can develop bite, grip, and all that other things. $135 get you your tug toy, your scented ball, and a bite sleeve. So we sell equipment, of course, and we got puppies. Right now, get your puppy $2,500. What did you say? $2,500. Say it again. Yeah, Vanguard, baby. DJ Ulysses Graham about to say, what? Yeah, tell them boys in the hood. Don't let them do it like that, Ulysses. Jam pony for ya. What? Tell them what? The preacher man that said they gone. Yeah. Hey, it's $ULYSEE MUFFJR Ulysses Muff Jr. at Cash App. If you want to Zelle me Apple Pay, it's 904-450-3339. Oh, thank you, Jamal Sanderson. I appreciate you. One love. Hey, what that Devontae Anderson said, one cool ass dog. You got a cool ass dog. You do, man. Alfonso Prince don't retract this message again, and he's gone. What's up, Doug? You got Paladin blood? Oh, yeah, Doug. He got Paladin over there. Hey, man. if you want to last, you're going to have to put a head rider, a polio red boy dog that can wake up in the end after he gas out. Because that'll be your only chance to get them teeth off you if he don't break you apart. And until the next video, keep training your dogs. It's the Grandmaster. Yeah, y'all ain't going to love it till I'm gone. Tell somebody what, do what?